What's up guys, Sal here. So the Huawei Mate 30 Pro is one of the high profile devices set to launch in the second half of the year. It's special because it's Huawei's first flagship launch since the ban. As you already know, the ban has now been lifted, so Huawei can do their operations as usual. The Mate 30 Pro has got a lot of attention already because it's gonna feature a 90-degree curved display that goes all the way to the back. A lot of us were wondering how it's gonna look like, how they're gonna implement such display, and thankfully we don't have to wait longer because the first live look of the Mate 30 Pro is here. It looks like it has been captured in a subway. The phone is enclosed in a case that hides the back of the phone. Maybe it's a Huawei engineer or employee testing the handset in the real world. As you can see, the display curves are so aggressive. The 90-degree curve design rumor was on point as the phone does have very noticeable display curves. How this is gonna affect the user experience is yet to be seen. They can use the software to minimize the accidental touches, so I guess we shouldn't have much of a problem with that. Of course, can't really say that for sure unless we use it in real life because we don't have any phone out there that has such an aggressively curved display. Also, it confirms there will be a notch on the Mate 30 Pro just like the previous leaks had suggested. But the good thing is it's smaller this time and isn't as intrusive as the notch of last year's Mate 20 Pro. There is a reason for this notch because it houses 3D sensor for secure face unlocking just like the Face ID on the iPhones. So yeah, the Mate 30 Pro won't have the latest design trend of holes primarily because of the 3D sensors, also because no other display maker can drill holes in OLEDs other than Samsung. Samsung has decided to keep the technology for themselves for a certain period of time. So yeah, Huawei had no choice but to go with the notch. With that being said, the Mate 30 Pro will have a 6.71 inches of display and it will be AMOLED. Not really sure who's making displays for them. It's either Samsung or BOE. BOE, a Chinese display maker, has caught up to Samsung by stealing some tech and are now the second biggest smartphone display maker in the world. So probably Huawei went to BOE, we'll never know. But the thing is, it could have a display with 90Hz refresh rate, 4200 mAh battery and 55 watts of fast charging. There are also rumors that it will come with a cinematic lens for recording cinema quality videos, which is a really cool thing to do for a smartphone. Also, we have live images of the Mate 30 Lite. As you can see, it looks similar to the Mate 20 Pro with that camera setup and the textured back, but it will have a punch hole type of camera up front. Of course, the display is gonna be LCD. It will have a Kirin 810 chipset under the hood, which is comparable to the Snapdragon 730 chipset and will have a 3900 mAh battery. Huawei will launch this as Nova 5i Pro in China next month, and in September, they will launch it as the Mate 30 Lite in the rest of the world. Of course, with that being said, do consider subscribing to keep up with all the Mate 30 coverage, and as always, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.